Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. You know, we as gamers out there have been told for a very long time, any of us that go out there and try to push back against any kind of the DEI initiatives or any kind of the rest of the nonsense that they've been doing, trying to push an agenda and try to shove their politics into the video game industry, that we were just a bunch of incels, we were just a bunch of phobes and ists and yada, 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 and that we didn't represent the majority of people out there, and that we were just a bunch of screaming little trolls on the internet and yada, 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 yada. Well, as we've seen reality smack people in the face time and time again with these companies losing billions of dollars who decided to bet on DEI initiatives and now have seen it all blow up in their face. Well, one of those that, of course, has doubled down on all that was none other than Dragon Age the Veilguard, completely and totally going full-blown cult with all of their insane stuff, including literally adding top scars to their character creator and making it to where you can't even make your character creator actually look like the curvy woman you may be, and have literally the creator go out there and tell you to piss off about the whole situation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those chickens are coming home to roost, because 2 plus 2 still equals 4. God is still on his throne in heaven. Up is still up, and down is still down. And no matter how much these woke psychopaths claim that they are the future, the reality of the world and the gaming community continues to show them that that is not the case, and nobody wants any part of your political posturing BS, and definitely doesn't want to be involved in a game that literally talks down to their fans and avoids any kind of criticism by dismissing us as a bunch of nonsense words that literally don't mean anything anymore. And it looks like that's exactly what we're getting, because as you can see from the headline over here from thatparkplace.com, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom physical pre-orders outsold Dragon Age the Veilguard 20-1. 20-1. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not even close. They're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars on that Dragon Age insane nonsense game that they're trying to put out there, trying to push this kind of agenda into every single aspect of the game, while Nintendo's just going to continue on doing Nintendo things. And guess what? For all of you that claim, we just hate women, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom has a female protagonist, boys and girls. So explain to me what's wrong with what you're pushing and what Nintendo's doing. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details and see exactly what the rumors out there are saying and what all the insiders are letting us know about how abysmally bad these sales are. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, let us know in the comment section down below, what are you more excited for? Are you more excited for Dragon Age the Veilguard, or are you more excited for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? Which did you pre-order? Which one did you have more desire to get? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And also, does this surprise anybody? Let's be honest. So from John F. Trent over at thatparkplace.com, a retail insider shared the physical pre-orders of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom outsold Dragon Age the Veilguard 20-1. It was previously rumored that Zelda's Echoes of Wisdom outsold Dragon Age the Veilguard by about 4-1. Craig Skitsmas, aka Stuttering Craig, shared that his retail source, who manages over 900 stores, informed him that Dragon Age the Veilguard only had 1,069 pre-orders in total, while Zelda Echoes of Wisdom had over 4,400 in just the past 2 weeks. Just in the past 2 weeks. Stuttering Craig wrote on X, FYI, my retail insider says Dragon Age the Veilguard has 1,069 pre-orders total in their 900 plus stores. To put that in perspective, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom had over 4,000 in just the last 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. But it gets worse than that, because like he said, he did point out just 2 weeks of sales. A retort sales source has then since contacted That Park Place and shared that while Zelda's Echoes of Wisdom did around 4,400 in just 2 weeks, in the totals game's pre-orders were closer to 20,000. 20,000 with a video game from a company in Japan that has a strong female protagonist in it, has outsold more than the very obvious DEI initiative-driven Dragon Age Veilguard. 20 times the numbers, boys and girls. You can't even argue that it's just because the Nintendo fan base, because the Zelda fan base is bigger than the Dragon Age fan base out there. There's probably some arguments to be made, even said about that maybe that's not the case in all aspects. But 20 times 1,000 compared to 20,000? That is not just the Zelda franchise being more popular than the Dragon Age franchise. 1,000 pre-orders. That means the majority of your fan base wants nothing to do with this game, or at least has zero trust in this company in order to pre-order it. Unlike Nintendo, who has a very good track record of giving us games that work and are complete on day one. How's the rest of the gaming industry doing on that one? Furthermore, this source shared that Zelda's Echo of Wisdom actually sold out after it was released, and that Nintendo is very pleased with the game's sales and sees it as better than expected. Yes, it outsold Nintendo's own internal predictions. What do you want about Dragon Age Veilguard isn't going to do the same thing, no matter how much they've tried to lie to themselves about it. This information echoes the UK sales charts that saw the game come in second in its debut week between EA Sports FC 25. Games industry head Christopher Dring also commented, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom debuts at number 2 in the UK physical charts this week. Nintendo doesn't show digital data, sadly, obviously. Launch sales are 14% lower than 2019's Link Awakening remake. I suspect it is really pretty close to sales-wise between the two. And yeah. Absolutely, because eventually we'll find out the sales numbers from Nintendo's own stuff. So to compare it just to this game sold over 500,000 copies in just the first 3 days in just Japan and Europe. German website 4Players reported that in October 2019, that game sold 430 copies in 72 hours in Europe. The game sold 141,375 physical copies in Japan. By December 2019, they reported copies in Japan had reached 250,000 sold. Boys and girls, Dragon Age Veilguard is going to be a disastrous dumpster fire. It is going to fail miserably, not only with the hardcore fans, but on the general audiences out there. Because guess what? We've seen all the marketing. We've seen you talk down to fans. We've heard all about the character creator that was just so important for you, so that way even the trends can have their identities respected and see themselves inside of the video games. Unlike, all of those actually curvaceous women out there who a fan who actually tried to reach out to you and said, why can't I make my boobs as big as what they are in real life in this video content creation thing? But you have perfectly okay with adding in their top scars. Well, that's because we know why. They want to erase everything that's beautiful and wonderful that people might actually find attractive and love, so that way the only thing you have to look at is their hideous, ugly selves with all the disastrous dumpster fire and destructive things that they have done to themselves. It's the same kind of thing we have seen over and over again. Dragon Age Veilguard bought the lie and sold all and bought and doubled down on all of the DEI initiatives. Just like we have seen time and time again, go woke, go broke exists for a reason. This has been a year. It's been the last few years of seeing these kind of initiatives fail, whether it be in Hollywood or the gaming institution. And guess what? We tried telling them. We tried speaking out to them. We tried saying something about them. But unlike the Sega Corporation and Paramount listening to us when it came to the Sonic movie and how abysmally bad that looked and how it was going to be hot garbage and would just turn into a disastrous dumpster fire, they took the time. They listened to their fans. They listened to their audiences, and they went back and they course corrected. And now they have a very successful franchise on their hands. Unlike Dragon Age the Veilguard, which could end up destroying what is already a very well-established and successful franchise. All because instead of listening to their fans, instead of listening to their audiences, believing that they are smarter than every single one of you out there, and that anybody that complains is just a stupid little chud. Well, now they're going to find out that just like always has been, the fans, the customers, and especially gamers are smarter than they have always been, and will continue to do so. We reject your nonsense. After all, the customer is right. And Dragon Age, the Veilguard, is something that none of your customers want out there, especially with all kind of the DEI agenda nonsense that you have pushed. Your series will fail, and I cannot wait to see the hundreds of millions of dollars that you lose and be able to report on it to you, because at the end of the day, Dragon Age Veilguard, you did it to yourself, and you're going to get exactly what you deserve.